What is your never again brand, store, restaurant, or company? I bought an engine from Autozone for a vehicle I owned. They had a vendor build the engine, and it was supposed to ship to my house. I waited 3 weeks for it to arrive, but it never did. I contacted their store, was told that it hadn't shipped yet and was coming via FedEx freight. I kept up with the tracking hashtag but couldn't get anywhere with it. I kept calling back every couple of days to see what was going on, and no one could figure it out. I finally managed to find out that it had shipped via another company, RL Freight, and had been delivered to somewhere else. It was like pulling teeth to get a refund on an engine I never received. It took another 2 weeks to get the refund. I won't buy a soda from AutoZone now. If I see something is being shipped by OnTrack, I'll cancel. The 3 times they were the delivery company from Amazon. They lost one package completely and tried to say it wasn't their fault. The second package was also deemed lost but then showed up on my doorstep something like 6 weeks later. The third time it sat on shipping label created for a week and I just contacted Amazon and canceled the package. You don't find a lot of positive reviews out there, and any positive ones you do find seem like they were written by the company via a fake account. Chili's. I don't know how this even happens, but I was served fried chicken that was cold and literally had ice on it. Frontier Internet. They are one of the shittiest ISPs I've ever had. I will never go back, no matter how cheap it is. Wayfair. Delivered a wooden table that had a huge split on the side and was broken where you put the leaf to extend the table. Got 4 redeliveries and every single time it was the exact same table with the same damage. Eventually got a full refund, but did they seriously think that would work? Makes 0 sense to me. Bonus. Ordered a bedroom set around the same time and paid for delivery and assembly. The assemblers were 2/3 through the assembly and told me they couldn't finish because they couldn't understand the instructions. Had them take all the stuff back and also got a refund. Spirit Airlines. Never again. Fuck them. Flight from Vegas got cancelled. They don't even bother trying to put you on another flight. Not only that, you have to pay extra for the next flight available. I told them they can go duck themselves and I want a refund. The customer service person told me he can refund me Spirit credit. That's when I lost it. After enough bitching, he gave me my money back to my credit card and I bought a flight on Delta. Comcast. A door-to-door salesman straight up lied to my dad, saying they had a 4D VR setup that would cost less than what we were paying AT&T. When the installation guy got there, he said that no, they didn't have a 4D VR setup. He was told to give us the standard 2D VR setup, which was absolutely not something that would work in a house with 6 people with wildly different tastes in TV shows. So my dad tells him never mind. We're sticking with AT&T then. But because the Comcast guy had already installed our new cable box, he couldn't take it back with him. So we had to mail it back to Comcast ourselves. The kicker is, 5 years later Comcast tried to bill my parents for the cable box, saying we never sent it back. My parents insisted they did, and Comcast wanted the UPS receipt, which obviously we no longer had because it was 5 years ago and we hadn't heard anything from them before this. So my parents refused to pay. Comcast sent a collections company after us, and when my parents explained the situation to the collection company, they were like those duckers. We'll take care of this. That was, thankfully, the end of it. Tony's Pizza Palace, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. September 26, 1986 was the day I buried my infant son. He was 11 months old and died from complications due to being born 3 months premature. His twin brother is healthy and got married 5 years ago. After returning from the burial ceremony to the funeral home, we went out to our cars and found flyers tucked under the windshield wipers. Having a family get-together? Why not have it at Tony's Pizza Palace? Ask about our group discounts edit. I thought I should add this. Tony's happens to be 1 block away from the funeral home, 3 blocks from the second biggest hospital and about 10 blocks away from the second biggest shopping mall in the city. all of which are in a straight line. I figure some 17-year-old kid working part-time for Tony's was given a pile of flyers and asked to put them on cars at the mall. The kid, not thinking, saw all the cars and probably started at the funeral home. Then went to the hospital parking lots and was probably out of flyers before he even got to the mall. I seriously doubt anyone in management, or perhaps I hope that nobody at Tony's was aware that this happened. But it happened on a day that I won't forget and I still haven't gotten past it. 1,800 flowers. Fuck them. They waited several days after I placed an order for Mother's Day to tell me that they wouldn't be able to fulfill the order. They waited until the day before, putting me in a bad position. Now I Google my mom's zip, add flowers and have a few choices. I call the local shops directly and DQ 1,800 flowers is cut out of the process. Is it me or every brand is in a process to reduce costs, making products and services of bad quality, losing the original magic, and even rising prices to the point where it's scam to buy the product again? There is a burger joint here, relatively new, less than 5 years, that some people swear by. It's a weird kind of burger though. A kind of spicy gravy style burger. But not like your grand's gravy. It's rather tangy, vinegary, whatever. It was odd. So I tried it on my lunch break, recommended by a coworker, and thought, meh, I don't get the hype, but it's not terrible. Then I went back to work, and shortly thereafter all hell broke loose. I had the most volatile, violent, unsolicited and certainly non-consensual colon cleanse of my life. I was so obviously tore up that not even my manager made a stink about me essentially doing zero work for the next 4 hours of the workday. To this day when I pass by that place I say never again. My wife thinks I'm making a stupid dad joke I won't give up on. She's aware of what it did to me. But for me it's more of a solemn prayer. Verizon. When I called to cancel because I was switching to AT&T prepaid, they insisted that I had the pricing of my new plan wrong because it couldn't be so cheap. I pushed back and ultimately got the rep to cancel my plan, or so she said. 2 months later I get a bill for my Verizon plan and they claimed I wasn't eligible to get it refunded. She had actually just put my account on hold for a week. So on my end it looked like it had been cancelled. I had to report them to the BBB to get my money back and they will never get my money again. Olive Garden. First the meals got shitty and I could deal with it. But then the Alfredo sauce did too and that's where I draw the line. Lululemon. I only bought stuff to help out a friend that was trying to make ends meet. Luckily she quit after about a year. Bought 3 pairs of leggings over the course of the year and none of them made it the year without holes. $25 each. Never again. Also, I felt gross buying from an MLM. But like I said, just supporting a friend. I worked for a day at Abercrombie and Fitch Kids. They told me that we had to say hey guys, how's it going? As customers entered and if we didn't, we were subject to write UPS because if the customer ended up being a secret shopper, we'd end up getting points off if we didn't say those exact words. We also had to spritz the place every half hour with that horrific cologne that I can only imagine Sex Panther to smell like. I refuse to ever shop at their stores again. Though it helps that I'm almost 30 and was never a California surfer. Wayfair. Purchased a $1,000 sectional couch that was delivered with damaged upholstery. They refused to let me return it and instead offered me 10% off my next purchase. Yeah. Never using the discount code.